Without further ado, I'd like to present our keynote speaker for the evening, Judy Davis. I'm compelled to read this, but I could give my own introduction about you. She's such a cool lady. That's what I would say about Judy Davis. She's been with BlueCross BlueShield of South Carolina since 1995, currently serves as Executive Vice President, Chief Legal Officer, and Corporate Secretary for BlueCross BlueShield South Carolina and its companion group of companies. This is one of the state's largest employers. Prior to joining BlueCross BlueShield, Judy practiced law for 11 years with Lincoln National Corporation in Fort Wayne, Indiana, where she specialized in mergers and acquisitions. She's a summa cum laude graduate of Ohio Northern University and earned her law degree from Ohio State University. Go Buckeyes. Judy is currently a board member of the following organizations: the Governor's School for Science and Math, Ingenuity SC, which attracts knowledge economy to Columbia, United Way of the Midlands, SC Launch, which provides seed funding to technology startups, Central Carolina Community Foundation, Columbia College, and Palmetto Conservation Foundation. She is a trustee for the Moore School of Business. Judy has been recognized with the NAMI Award in 2012, the Insurance Networking News Award in 2011, the Ingenuity SC Vision Award in 2011, and she was also a Woman of Distinction back in 2010. She's also partnering with United Way of the Midlands 2008 Alice Kemp DeWitt Award, the Palmetto Center for Women's 2007 Tribute to Women and Industry, the Twin Award for Volunteerism, the 2010 Richard Allen Award, and the Association of Fundraising Professionals. I'm just tired reading all this. I don't know how you do it. Mercy. I told you she was cool. Judy's a regular guest speaker at area law firms and contributes to their success by speaking on career development. She lives in Columbia with her husband, and I suspect I have just scratched the surface with all of the many things that she's involved in. Please welcome to share with us Judy Davis.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Tonight we celebrate the power that comes from making a difference. That uplifting of the spirit, uplifting of the community. I am only one, but still I am one. I cannot do everything, but I can do something. I will not refuse to do something I can do. Helen Keller. Tonight, we celebrate the power of 5 women who indeed make a difference. Alone, they're only one, and they can't do everything. They each do something extraordinary. They improve the world around them. And we are so proud of them. I'm Judy Davis, and I'm with BlueCross BlueShield of South Carolina, and it is such a treat to be here, to be recognized alongside these 5 wonderful women. But also to recognize you. Just by your presence, you demonstrate your commitment to the Girl Scouts and to the future of young women. Tonight, I want to tell you the story of 2 women who made a huge difference in my life. One through her kindness, the other through her candor and challenge. 19 years ago, I lived in Fort Wayne, Indiana. I was a corporate lawyer, and I have to tell you, Indiana is one of those I states. Indiana, Illinois, Iowa. It's all the same, flat. Here it is. This is really what it looks like. At that time, our life was in just a little bit of a turmoil. I had been responsible for selling off the company where my husband was head of marketing. Little angst. So we knew we had to move. But like now, the real estate market was terrible. So not only did we have to find jobs for 2 people, we had to sell our house. I was 34 years old. Every bit of money we had was tied up in the equity of our house. Hence the angst. Decision time. We decided I would accept a job as general counsel for BlueCross BlueShield of South Carolina. And Jerry, really sorry, buddy, I know you're back on the road as a consultant. Decision made. But now the butterflies. A new job, a new city, my husband traveling most of the time. To say there was a lot going on is really slight. In comes Mary Kennemer. She is the newly minted executive for Merrill Lynch Fort Wayne, and she is the biggest hit we've had in Indiana in 100 years. She shows up on my door at Halloween with her 4-year-old boy, and she says, "Hi, I'm Mary Kennemer. This is my son. I'm your neighbor. I'm freezing. Let me come in." And being such a subtle Midwesterner, I say, "Oh, of course, please come in." Inside, I'm thinking, holy cow, what a woman. She comes in, and as you know, if you know Mary, she says, "Tell me who you are. I want to know your story. What are you about?" I squeak, "Oh, actually, we're just about to move out of the state, and so perhaps we wouldn't have a chance to get to know each other, even though it'd be really wonderful, and you seem like a really wonderful person, but perhaps not." She says, "Hey, what do you mean? At least we've got a couple of months. What's your problem? Where are you moving anyway?" And I said, "Columbia, South Carolina." And my God, the clouds parted. The music roared, and she said, "Hey, that's where I'm from. I know everybody. And let me tell you, I got your back. I'm gonna make sure you're welcomed." And not only did her friends and family call, they invited us to dinners, to parties, to weddings. Her lovely parents invited us for cocktails. Now, I'm embarrassed to admit to you that my husband and I stood in the bar at the Forest Lake Country Club for many minutes because they had said we were meeting for drinks. What we didn't realize, they were meeting us with 150 of their closest friends in the ballroom. It was life-changing for me and for my family, all due to the kindness of Mary Mormon Kennemer. Fortunately, Mary and her family moved back to Columbia, and so we were able to get to become close again before her premature death last fall. But I have to tell you, anyone that knew Mary knew that she could change the world. She touched everyone, and I feel sure she touched you if you met her. It's no surprise she was on the board of the Girl Scouts Mountains to Midlands. Mary, we miss her and we love her. And now for the second person. As I mentioned, I was privileged to have this honor to be recognized by the Girl Scouts Mountains to Midlands a few years ago. That night, the keynote speaker was this amazing person, Command Sergeant Major Teresa King. Now get this, commander of the U.S. Army Drill Sergeants, not just a drill sergeant, commanding over the drill sergeants. My favorite part is this, her nickname was Major No Slack. Now imagine this very attractive, very slight, young African-American woman with a lot of power inside, the commander of drill sergeants. And she said, "This is my advice to you. You know what to do. So do it. Do the right thing. Gosh, do the right thing. They went on and she said, you know, I grew up on a small farm in North Carolina. I helped my father and my brothers and sisters at night on the farm. And then I worked my way up through the military to become a single Southern African-American woman, Commander Sergeant Major. But it was that simple yet powerful statement that really hit me between the eyes. It's that statement that touches me every day. Do the right thing. You know what to do. Since that time, I cannot walk past a piece of paper, a piece of dirt, some litter on the floor without picking it up and throwing it away, even though it's not my job. It's the right thing to do. You know, I don't know, after I shook hands with the Sergeant Major, I didn't know if I'd ever see her again, and I never did. And I'm not sure she ever realized what an impact she had on me and perhaps many of the others that were speaking, that heard her speak that evening, perhaps until tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce to you Command Sergeant Major Teresa King. And I would love to introduce you to Mr. Dennis Kennemer and Miss Bo Pritchard, husband and sister of Mary Kennemer. Bo, Dennis, thank you. Teresa, thank you. Why am I telling you about these women? Well, Mary and Teresa did one thing, the same thing. They used their power and they used their voice. My challenge to you is to do the same. Channel your personal power. How can I make a difference? Ask yourself that question. How do I do that? How do I do the right thing? Well, one way could be by leaning in. Sheryl Sandberg recently wrote a book. She is the chief operating officer for Facebook. She wrote a book called Leaning In. And I think her point was really that for a variety of reasons, women shy away from pushing ahead, reaching for promotions, acknowledging their accomplishments, owning their personal power. As an example, in 2012, a McKinsey study showed that with 4,000 employees, 36% of the men wanted to reach executive level, only 16% of the women. With 5-year-olds, when asked the question, what do you want to be when you grow up? Half of the boys said, I want to be president. None of the girls had that desire. You have to have the courage to claim your personal power. Even while understanding, you may never know what your words may do or affect. Find your voice, speak up, use your talents, do the right things, and do the right things for you. Change what needs changing. Make mistakes, because you will. And take risk. Do the right thing. Speaking of risk, last year, I was offered the opportunity to interview for a CEO position in another state, a bigger job than I have today. The timing could not have been worse. My husband was in the middle of medical treatments, and he said, come on. He said, by the time you hit the ground running, I'll be fine. So rather than feeling like a dog, I go to the interview. We decided to stay in South Carolina, But my point is, don't step to the side. Lean in. Go for it. Instead of saying, I can't do that, jump in. Give it a shot. Step in line. An internal report at Hewlett-Packard, which I love, said that women will only apply for jobs if they meet 100% of the job criteria. Men, on the other hand, will apply for jobs if they meet 60% of the criteria. So instead of saying, I'm not ready for that, say, I want to do that and I can learn while I do it. Sheryl Sandberg summed up her advice in a commencement speech, which I'd like to review here. Like everyone here, I have great hopes for the 5 honorees, many who I know well. And for all of you here, I hope you find true meaning, contentment, and passion in your life. I hope you navigate the difficult times with greater strength and resolve. And I hope that you, yes, you, have the ambition to lean into your work and lean into your life. So in closing, please ask yourself this: what would I do if I wasn't afraid? And then with the kindness of Mary, with the candor of Teresa, with your own power and your own voice, go do it. Speaking of doing it, in honor of the 5 honorees, and again, what a treat for all of us to hear them tonight, 5 of you will receive the book Lean In by Sheryl Sandberg. So if you look on your program, there's an ad for BlueCross BlueShield of South Carolina, and there's a gold sticker, and if you have that gold sticker, please raise your hand. And we wanted to give this book out in honor of the 5 honorees, because they are the role models. Thank you and congratulations.